Welcome, everyone, to the Janene Stevenson Show, every first Friday of the month. On the Janene Stevenson Show, we build, connect, and grow in our community of Rockford. Social events, businesses, stories. We're just trying to find out what's happening in our community of Rockford. So I would like to give a first shout out to Stevenson's Business Center for being our sponsor today. Also wanted to give our shout out to Rock Valley College as another one of our sponsors. And Love and Loyalty Ladies. We also want to give a plug out to them as well. So today we have a couple events going on, and we also have a platform of entrepreneurs that's making the moves in Rockford. So we're going to go ahead and let Nikki, which is one of my great friends, introduce herself, and she's going to tell you a little bit about her business, and then we're going to move on.
Thank you for having me, Janene. Again, I really appreciate the opportunity. My name is Nikki. I am the owner of Gracewood Logistics, and where I dispatch and train myself to, provide effective performances for truckers, primarily my brother. I got into it because of him. I never knew anything about logistics until he started giving me the information, some insight on it and everything like that. And it has become interesting. It's a lot to it, but it's a good thing to get into. So that's what I am, one of my things that I'm doing right now.
Okay.
So.
All right. I've been seeing you move and shake around here, Nikki. Now tell us a little bit about why you got into the logistics department. I know it's your brother's business, but what made you want to do this particular brand? Because
I saw it's a profit in it.
Okay.
Once you get a system and you get a rhythm of doing it, it could be very lucrative. You can work from home, you can work from the beach, you can work from your bedroom, anywhere. As long as you got the internet and a phone or a laptop, you can dispatch.
Okay.
And you pretty much is the backbone or the bridge for the trucker, because they're driving, and you want to keep them safe. So you doing all the paperwork, you making all the calls, making sure they ETA is on point and things like that. And that way they can focus on the road and, making sure that they're not being a hazard to themselves or anyone else.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. Now, are you doing it just for your brother, or do you do it for other truckers?
Right now, I have done it for my brother, but I took a step back from it because we were trying to expand his business because, our goal is to, hopefully have a fleet one day.
Okay. Nice.
And what we want to do is just make sure that, our foundation is solid, before we put anything else on it. And so the logistics is not going anywhere. I'm certified and I trained and everything like that. But, I have to put down one thing in order to focus on another thing. So then once that is solid and where it needs to be or, has a good, running, then I can always pick that back up. Okay. But my goal is to be that so that money can stay in-house so he doesn't have to outsource a dispatcher.
Right, right. And I'm glad you said take your time with it, because us as entrepreneurs, we thirsty, we hungry. So when we see something happen, we're going to go for it. But the biggest fall, I wouldn't say fall, but the biggest thing is we want to hit right here, right now. That does not happen like that. You have to take your time and research, and then, it's better than taking no contract than to take one and not be able to fulfill that contract,
right? Because
it makes your business look bad.
Yeah.
So taking your time doing it, you're doing it the right way.
Yeah,
most definitely.
Yeah. And it seems like it's slow sometimes because it's been it'll be a year in October.
Okay.
And it's been hit after hit after hit. That's like just keeping us from moving forward. But through our faith and then knowing that God will provide, I'm like, we still here for a reason,
right,
D. So, you can't give up, you can't give in. You just have to reinvent the wheel and find different avenues in order to make things work.
Most definitely. That's true. That's it. Reinvent the wheel and be creative. When you see it's not working, try not to spend too much time and too much money
Yep.
because you're going to be broke, and then you don't have anything to fall back on. You know, so.
And I always tell him, don't focus on the problem, focus on the solution.
Most definitely.
So,
That's some good advice right there. I like that. That helped me right now. So thank you. And hit after hit comes being an entrepreneur. You know, it comes. Seems like sometimes it comes left and right. You know, it's like you get one thing done and then something else comes, and it's like, man, I can't take a break. I can't be. Come on now, I'm just trying to survive out here. Leave me alone.
Just trying to make it.
Right. So kudos to you, and keep going, girl.
Yeah,
keep going.
I am. I ain't got a choice.
That's right. That's right. Okay. So, Mr. Young Man, you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us what made you get into this business. Tell us a little bit about you.
I'm Sammy Ferguson. What made me get into this business was me coming up. First of all, I came up in a God-fearing household.
Okay.
It later on in life, I got detoured into the streets.
Okay.
The streets was something that sucked me in like a sponge. You know what I mean? I had no time to really think about what I was doing. I was just doing it just because I knew that my friends, my cousins, you know, my family, period, they was making it look good. So I got sucked in. And that was all I knew for a long time. I eventually got to the point to where the streets was eating me alive.
Okay.
And, you know, I knew I wanted out, but I didn't know how to get out. Came a time where I was so in deep, embedded in the streets that it was so dark for me to see. It was too dark for me to see my way out. You know what I mean? Going to the penitentiary and stuff like that, having a child, you know, all those things made me realize that that lifestyle wasn't for me.
Right.
I love having money. You know, I love being able to do things that I want to do when I want to do it. So I didn't have no direction or far as getting a job that will compensate for all that, compensate for the money that I miss having. So my thinking was, you know, get a job, work a job for a minute, save money, you know, get my own business, have something for, you know, when I had my daughter, for her to fall back on, you know,
right.
For my stepson to fall back on. I wasn't given the opportunity to have something to fall back on. My friends and their family didn't get them the opportunity to have something to fall back on. So my goal was to try to break that trend, you know, to give my child, my kids something to fall back on. If they didn't want it, they could sell it. But I knew that I couldn't give them what I got from the streets. I couldn't put no drugs in their hands and say, hey, take this, right. You know.
Now you got that legacy built.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I just couldn't see myself doing that, you know what I mean? So, you know, like I said, if they didn't want it, they could sell it and have something to go forward. I mean, go towards to what they want to do in life. But at least they had a fair chance to have something to start with.
Okay.
You know, I look at not just men. I look at women too, because there's a lot of women that's in the streets nowadays too. I look at how they influence young men and young women nowadays to believe that this is the best way to succeed in life. And it's nothing behind that but destruction. You know what I mean? So I was, my thing is I wanted so bad to be able to instill this in the new generation that's coming up. You know what I mean? That is
we need
different.
that.
Yeah.
Most definitely need it.
Yeah, because it's not just, that's not just the only option that we have. You know what I mean? We're so much powerful than just limiting ourselves to just being simple-minded like that.
Right.
You know?
And we need you as a young man to instill this, into our community, into the youths. You know, I listened to your story upstairs in First Friday, and you were saying how you, with your business, you help those that couldn't get a job, and that's huge because you have some that have fell astray and was in the second train, that was given a second chance, So you helping, trying to pull them back in and learning them that in the streets is not going to get it, So I want to commend you for that as well.
Thank you.
How does that make you feel?
I feel great. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm finally, accomplished something that, people can, say that it's
Purposeful.
It's purposeful. It's something that people can piggyback off of and feel good about it. I don't see myself or the next person. They shouldn't feel good about piggybacking off of showing somebody how to sell drugs.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because they not only hurting themselves, they hurting the person that they selling it to.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that person got family members. There's so many people that's dying off of drugs nowadays that it's sad.
Yes.
You know what I
I
mean?
agree. Yes.
And I just feel like that whether you're a minority or Caucasian or whatever, you know what I mean, that's not the way. We can come together and create opportunities that's going to help people be prosperous in life.
I like that.
And that's what I'm, I get, wound up talking about it, all the time because, like, my sister would tell you, if I don't have two pennies to rub together, I'm gonna try to make my business work, and that's just because I'm determined to succeed and be successful.
If we don't have it, we gonna make it work.
Yeah.
That's right. Togetherness. Right. That's right. And I feel you totally where you coming from. Us as entrepreneurs, number one, we have to love what we do.
Yeah.
I mean, then we go hard. We're going to go hard till we fall out.
Right.
That's it. That's all. We're just trying to make it out here.
Yeah.
So I want to commend you for not only building your brand, but you still trying to go to the top.
Right.
That's why if it don't make dollars, it really don't make sense.
It don't make sense.
If you in the business and you're not making any money, to turn the tables.
Yeah.
Like you said, turn the tables.
Yeah.
Find something else that's going to bring in some cash flow. Don't spend too much time and too much money. It's on something that your vision is good, but you just need to tweak it just a little bit. I see so many business that reach out. They go too fast.
Oh yeah.
They go way too fast, and I'll be like, as welcome. You can have a seat. You can join this show for me.
The instant gratification.
And yes, most definitely. And it's just like, you have to take your time researching what you're doing.
Right.
And then, go through the proper steps. Get up under somebody's wing that's already doing that, and hopefully they'll help you. Do it, what you want to do.
I was a victim of that instant gratification because being out there, that's all I knew and that's all I was accustomed to. But being over the road when I jumped in there, and I knew that there was no other option for me. Every day it was a task for me, but I eventually developed the humbleness that I needed. You know what I mean? To be able to have the patience. You know what I mean? Because I couldn't just get it at the snap of my fingers no more.
Right.
It didn't just happen like that. My sister would always tell me she's the one, to keep me level headed. You know what I mean? And like I say, I started this 2 years before she jumped in with me, and I had another company, but when she jumped in, we just collaborated this company, and she's been so much help to me that it just seemed unreal. Like she don't know how much of a help she was, how big of a help she was. It almost like she jumped in knowing what was going on, even though I coached her. You know what I mean? And she just sucked it up like a sponge. You know what I mean? So I'm just grateful to have her too. So
yeah. You have a beautiful sister that has a caring heart. How do you feel helping your brother and y'all into business together? Because everybody can't do business together.
Yeah. I mean, I can't really describe because it's something I'm supposed to do.
Yes.
That's
it.
Because if he's in something, and not to say that he was, if he's struggling or if he needs some assistance, and if I just sit by the wayside and not do anything, what does that say about my character?
That's true.
So when he asked me to be a part of this, I'm like, I have no clue on what to do, but he trusted me enough to know that I would do the best by him. Even it's to benefit what his passion is, because it's not my passion. I have my own passion, but because he is me and I am him, I go as hard as he goes, and I sacrifice and I give what I'm supposed to do and then some, because I know if the shoe was on the other foot, he'll do the exact same thing for me.
Right. That's a beautiful thing to have relatives, siblings to help you. Yeah. It is. It's a beautiful thing.
And ever since we started, we've never argued.
Really?
Never argued. We agree to disagree. I bring my ideas to him and vice versa, and we just bounce them off each other. But I'm thankful that it's no ill will, no, this is my money, this, exactly whatever. But it's always, fair share on everything.
It'd be funny though. Sometimes I'd be like, well, "What you think about it?" She'd be like, "What? I mean, you've been in this longer than me, but I'm like, yeah, I have, but I want your opinion. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't think sometimes she'd be expecting me to call on her for her opinion. You know what I mean? In certain things, but just because I have the knowledge doesn't mean that her opinion or insight on something can't help me, you know what I mean, or help us figure out how to solve the problem. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for coming on our show.
Thank you for having us.
I appreciate you. We're just gonna go over a couple events here, and then you can, we can go get our. What did you cook today?
Shoulder meat.
The shoulder meat, okay. He sponsors shoulder for our First Friday for his business. If you don't know about First Fridays is every first Friday of the month, and each time we also always have a different host that has a business or an organization. So if you're interested in hosting the First Friday, you can give myself a call, and all you have is a free 2 hours that you get to have a whole platform.
It's worth it.
You can do a lot in 2 hours.
Yes.
You can do a lot in 2 hours. So thank you once again for being our host this time. This won't be the last, so most definitely. Let's bring a young man on this time with the powerful message that he's going to give. And he's also going to tell you about some things he has going on for the community of Rockford and some of the businesses that he's involved in.
Boom. I am the I am -X. Thank you guys so much for having me on today, Janene. I really appreciate it. I am the founder of Roots and Branches Creative Consulting. What else? Author, also the creative director for Kika First Entrepreneurial Academy and Mentality Unchained, LLC. I'm here today to talk about Build. I'm here to talk about Brothers United in Leadership and Development. It's our men's conference. It's going to be happening September the 21st at the Norloft. That's 118 North Main Street. This event is being sponsored by Dr. Kevin Thomas, Mentality Unchained, LLC, and Love and Loyalty coming together here. This conference got birthed out of the Love and Loyalty men's conference where Dr. Thomas asked for the men to step up because the women were stepping up for the men, which is a beautiful thing. Yeah. But we wanted us to pull ourselves up by our jock straps and come on out and build up with us. So Brothers United in Leadership and Development. Let's see. It's the Mentality Unchained, the State of the Mind Institute, Love and Loyalty, and also the Rockford Public Library. Thank you so much for sponsoring the event. We got some heavy hitters. We got people that don't really speak as much, but their actions are creating waves in our community. We have Mike Malone's going to be there. We got Matthew Simpson. We got Johnny Ferguson. We got Pastor Wayne Fricks. We got Yakoya Muhammad. We got Nick Carter. Now this is unprecedented. I've never really heard this young man speak, but I see him everywhere. He's coming from behind the DJ booth. He's coming from behind the camera. We got AG, Rated AG is going to be speaking. AG. I got DeMorris Flanagan. We got Ray Richmond. We got Wyndham Whittle. We got Jalen Hughes. And we got Lynn Stevenson, who actually going to say some words on the microphone. Oh, wow. He's going to say some words on the microphone. Like, I look at Lynn as like a slick talker. Like, he's talking in the background, but he's coming to the forefront.
Not this time.
I'm going to tell you something. My husband said he's coming out. Because he's always behind the scenes. Yeah. It's always me. And he said he's coming out.
He's coming with both barrels.
Bang, bang,
I'm kind of scared when he might run.
But I think that we are in that season where the, you got the Wizard of Oz in the background and whatnot. We're in the season where the people and movers and shakers in the background have to come forward.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Just for the pure fact that, hey, we've been doing this. Now I want to come out to the forefront so I can encourage someone else who was in the background to come out.
Yes.
I said that 2 years ago. I was coming from behind the curtain. Okay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I've been, to quote my homie Tina Renee, I've been in these streets. You know what I'm saying?
I love Tina.
I've been out here. We got all types of things. So this is a free event. It's for young men from ages 8 to 17. And thank God for Nikki, because I was going for 13 and up. She said, we got to grab them while we can still influence them.
Right.
So let's get them at the tender age of 8. You know what I'm saying? Well, we can still have some influence over them before they get too captured and caught up. Yeah. So this is a free event. Come on out. Also, we have a free event coming up on Sunday, the State of Black Business Post-COVID. This is going to be held at the new Kieker's Business Oasis, downtown Rockford. We're at 103 West State Street. It's going to be at 3 p.m. Light refreshments.
Okay.
Light refreshments. will be served. This is a collaborative effort with the Next Level Entrepreneurship LLC and Roots Branches Creative Consulting. Like I said, we're coming from behind the curtain. I'm on a mission, and that mission is to uplift my people, give them the knowledge that they need, and then watch this, and follow up.
Okay, there you go. That's it.
And follow up.
That's it.
Because not at the Build conference, I know I'm hopping all over the place, but this is a real Negro conversation. We jump from subject to subject. With the Build conference, it's not going to be lecture-y. You know, it's not going to be too churchy.
Like a summit.
You go. It's going to be like a summit. Like, Pete, we're going to every person that I just said here is on assignment to make their speech or whatever interactive.
Okay.
Because we do know that once you have movement, you remember things. It goes into muscle memory. Right. You know what I'm saying? This is science. This is proven. So they are on assignment to make their 25 minutes be interactive and memorable to the people in attendance. Because I'm not going to just call them young men, because at sometime in society, at the tender age of 8, you grown. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to, everybody's a young man that comes through that door and will be treated as such. Right. There'll be no babies coming through them doors. They may be babies on the outside to other people, but these are young men who are going to one day take on the brunt of society. Okay. So we're going to be teaching them as such. We're talking about concrete decision-making, life experiences, the importance of mentor-mentee relationships. Because just like you said, sometimes we think just because the big homie is issuing out some type of advice that he's a mentor. Yeah. That is not the case. Right. You know what I'm saying? He's not a mentor. You know what I'm saying? He's a crook.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's stealing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Youth, and he's corrupting the mind of something that's so young, tender, and thirsty or hungry, like we stated earlier. So we want to put young people around seasoned individuals with the experience and knowledge of right, wrong, and redemption.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, if you will. What else we got coming up? I think those are the two events that we got coming up the most right now. So if you guys are free on Sunday, come on down to the Kiekerford Business Oasis, downtown Rockford, right in the heart, right there by the River District. We're at 108 West State Street. We right next door to Fabby's.
Okay.
Right
A new location. Right.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, we had a new location now. That's going to be the state of black business post-COVID. Come ready to talk. Come ready to be interactive. Light refreshments. All right.
Okay.
Refreshments. And then on September the 21st, we have the Build Conference, which is the Brothers United in Leadership and Development Men's Conference from 9:30 to 2 p.m. at 118 North Main Street. Shout out to Dr. Kevin Thomas. Shout out to Mentality Unchained Podcast. Shout out to State of the Mind Institute, Love and Loyalty, and the Rockford Public Library for putting on this event. If you have a business and you can't get that seed out the ground, holla at me. Roots Branches Creative Consulting. I bring innovation, and we like growing your business from the soil up.
Okay, that's what's up.
That's what's up.
All right, thank you, Denez. He always brings the word, don't he?
Yeah.
I'll shoot Denez a text. Hey, can you put some words together?
Look, I'll be
Sure,
looking at
put
our
'em in
text
there.
there like, man, I need him to write me something right quick.
All the time. Roots and branches, right?
Roots
There you
Branches.
go. There you go.
He pronounced
All
them
right.
good too.
Most definitely. Yes. I must give a shout out to one of my friends, Pamela Hansard, which has a business here. She's going to be on our podcast next time to plug you and tell you about what she has going on with her business. Phenomenal person, phenomenal entrepreneur, and get to know her. So we'll get you next time, Pam. Okay. So I can't leave the platform without saying, you got to vote, right?
Yes.
You got to vote. Get that vote in. We already know we vote for Kamala. Okay. I'm just going to plug it.
Do something.
Do something. Because you know what? We are not going back.
Yeah.
Period. I want to let you know that October 20th, for the ladies, we are doing a Chucks and Pearls in honor of Kamala. We're going to have our Chucks on, our pearls. We're going to socialize and, just have some little ladies fun. We might have the boutique that's open for the hair salon open that my sister's house donated. We're going to have like a little spa going on. So this is just something, that me and Bonnie Gilmore had put together. We got Love and Loyalty that's going to support as well, and her sister. And before we leave, Nikki, go ahead and tell us about the event that's coming up with the vets.
Yes. October 19th, Love and Loyalty will be hosting our first annual Veterans Ball. And at this ball, we will be honoring all branches of the military, whether they're retired, active, or fallen. Okay. And we just chose to do this because it is important. Rockford has never had a ball to honor veterans. Okay. And when I say ball, I mean we're going to party, we're going to connect, we're going to have resources, we're going to acknowledge those because to me they are the least sought after. Okay. And with all the cuts and the budget things, they're really in a bad mindset right now. Right. And they don't deserve it. Okay. So what we're doing is we're going to honor them. So, you can see Janene, who's an honorary Love and Loyalty member.
You'll hear about it in a minute.
Right. So if you see her, if you see one of the Love and Loyalty members, to contact us for tickets. We have tables available. If you want a vendor spot, we have vendor spots available. Or if you want to be a sponsor, feel free to contact myself or any member of the Love and Loyalty or Janene. We are making sure a portion of the proceeds go to the Veterans Drop-In Center because they really need some assistance over there. And this will be our first one, but it won't be our last. So this will be our annual event, and it will be held at the Riverview Suites on Riverside.
Nice place.
So we are just looking forward to dress up and have fun and acknowledge all those who have served.
Okay. Now, where is that drop-in vets?
I don't know the
place
actual
or-
address. I could have asked Lana, but it's
Okay.
off of Kishwaukee. It's on
Okay.
the south side of Rockford.
Okay.
And they're always open for donations of clothes or toiletries or things like that, because a lot of veterans go over there who are in need of different things.
Right. And we can't leave. We gotta do more helping our vets.
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
do. We gotta get better at that.
Absolutely.
You know, most definitely. So you have your time to come to this ball. Okay. So if you're looking for a vendor spot, I'm assigned to the vendors. So make sure you give us a call. And like you said, the portion of the proceeds goes back to the vets as
Right.
well.
Absolutely.
That's most definitely good. Okay. All right. So before we leave the show, I'd like to give a huge shout out to our engineer that's keeping us on point here. And he's getting us, he's getting Jason DeNove, Janene Stevenson's show all together. So he's getting me on, I'm on all the platforms. So just, look for a weekly show coming soon. But right now we're going to focus on doing it one time a month, because you want to make sure when we hit, we're going to be like Janez and say, boom, there we go.
Yeah.
So it's going to be on a weekly show. And to all the entrepreneurs and businesses, keep that faith. Follow your dreams, go for it. Take a step out on faith, but also you got to keep God in your life.
Absolutely.
Because God is what's going to keep you focused, okay?
Absolutely.
Times might get hard. You might be on your last dime. You don't know how you're going to open them doors, but you know what? You got this.
Yep.
Keep moving. Stay focused.
Yep.
Love you all. Janene
Love you
Stevenson.
too.